Hello and welcome to the Astro Belt. This is 7th bonus match. We are on Mars where dust storms can make you go hungry. However, we have high food prices, so they make a lot of profits from it. I'm Lahi, and casting with me is Captain Win. We have Mighty Scroll, Mighty Raska, Cordarus, and Silver Citadel, or AG, for this game. What do you think about this map? A lot of green prices.
Yeah, this map is really overwhelming my senses right now. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. When everything's green, nothing is green, right? I don't know. I kind of like scientists. You can go into food and power, and that's nice because farms don't consume power. But maybe not with steel high. I'm not sure. There's probably a scientist in the northwest at least.
Yeah.
Instead, we see a elite where I was thinking. Maybe a scientist wouldn't have fit there. Okay, let's go from the main order. We have Mighty Squirrel as a robot. Not adjacent to iron, but he does claim one on this hill over there. He will have easy access to carbon, water, aluminum. He's a pretty nice round. We have Mighty Rasker. He only gets a medium iron. I guess that's a big issue there. And no real access to silicon either. Yeah, he might be struggling here as an elite. I think I would have liked to see a scientist there instead.
I think Cordarus found should have been closer to the steel mill, even though it would be very cramped, like right next to the double low aluminum. Because when you're shipping scientists, you don't really need much tile next to your HQ anyway. So having low space is not a big problem. So having adjacent aluminum would have been an advantage rather than a disadvantage for being cramped. And I don't like Mighty Scrolls, the adjacency steel mill, shipping steel mill, because I think it would have been better as a single metal mine followed by double steel mill adjacent to the HQ, because this steel mill is going to be so slow.
Yeah.
Elite from Mighty Raska is going for standard.
So there's a situation between Mighty Squirrel and Cordarus here. So even though they had an option to bribe a claim, Cordarus instead chose to mutiny this high metal mine from Mighty Squirrel. And it's a very interesting play, I think, for an HQ1. And it might actually get him... like, it hurts Mighty Squirrel a lot, and it gets him a quicker start. But he misses the opportunity to bribe a claim, which is the main reason I don't like it.
And... you don't have to mutiny to get aluminum. You can just bribe a claim and claim a new aluminum.
Oh yeah, that's a really good point. Although you wouldn't get a high, I guess, but yeah. I really prefer that. You would get a high. Okay. Okay, so we have silver and Mighty Rasker to silver. Is adjacent to iron. He will have trouble finding water though.
Being 4 steel users and 2 shipping... one robotic with shipping... a lot of items, the power is rising very hard, and people will be looking at HQ2 power.
Silver wants to place solar panels on his really distant aluminum claims. I guess it's like desperate times call for desperate measures. And yeah, you definitely need to produce power. More people should be doing this.
However, this will be painful. Although, if Silver secures teleportation, this will be a very good electronics factory tile.
Yeah.
Having the carbon and aluminum secured.
Definitely. Until then, though, it would probably have been better to just put this adjacent to your base, because you wouldn't have to wait for this really slow building ship. But okay, we see another mutiny from Cordarus, this time on a water pump from Mighty Squirrel. And a claim auction won by Cordarus for only 10,000. That's a bit of a bargain.
The first geotherm claim from Mighty Raska and is producing 2 power per second. And Mighty Raska is also following up with a wind turbine on heel. Very nice heel.
Definitely. So he is now selling 1.6 power a second. Will take a while to work through this depth, but he might be able to. And Silver is the first to HQ3, deciding to go into really distant farms. I think Silver is looking for teleportation here. I mean, I think he wants teleportation here. He is not currently going for it.
Yeah. I think all the scientists here will desperately want teleportation. And look at this chemical price. It's not really expensive. So as soon as you're in life support market, like Cordarus is in triple greenhouse farm, which is making good amount of money, Cordarus will be able to fund pattern lab that they will be able to build at HQ4.
Yeah. I want to point out how vulnerable Cordarus is to pirates. Like, if you pay 2k, you can pirate 200 food. Yeah, 200 food. And that earns you 40k?
At the storm.
Yeah, 40k. So pay 2k, get 40k. That's a really good bargain.
A nice reaction wind turbine, double wind turbine from Mighty Scroll. Trying to take advantage of this dust storm. This also prohibits other players from building extra wind turbines because it's now very expensive, 7k per wind turbine.
Yeah. And I think he is looking to replace his iron mines with it too, but he can't afford it anymore.
I don't like this pirate placement because it is right. Look at the Cordarus base, there's a pirate, however, it is right adjacent to the base. So if Cordarus upgrade, they can just find the pattern lab and remove the pirate. So it should have been somewhat more distant from the HQ, so Cordarus does not want to use the tile.
Yeah, I think what he might be thinking is he wants either food or steel, because this covers both lanes. But I agree with you, it should have been like in the middle between the farms and HQ. We have another claim auction. Let's see if this one is more expensive. And who is the most set up to make power money here? Matryoshka has one wind turbine. Silver only has the solar panels, and one of them is mutinied. And their efficiency will be completely destroyed by the dust storm. So it's basically Mighty Squirrel, but he has 40k to pay through. He's selling the most power right now, though. We'll see what happens.
So I think I guess the answer is nobody is going to make power money.
Yeah, probably. Cordarus takes a second claim auction, so now has 2 extra ones, worth to keep in mind. And actually, let's take a quick look at the black market. So who has bought claims? Mighty Squirrel has bought 2, Matryoshka 3, Cordarus 1, and Silver hasn't bought any. So that, yeah, I guess mostly just means that Silver Citadel is behind all the others. He hasn't won any auctions, he hasn't bought any claims.
That said, Silver is going to be the scientist who's going to secure the pattern lab unless someone mutinies this pattern lab before it's finished.
Yeah.
But people are more interested in claims right now. So Silver will secure this.
I am curious that he has a goon and doesn't use it on the pattern lab, because it is pretty important. I would like to see it gooned. But he does get it, and his farms, he can now expand his farms, he can, and probably is looking to, I'm not sure what he wants to do with this solar panel area here. Looks like he's placing a solar condenser.
Right now, what people should make is reactors. Like, look at this oxygen and fuel prices. It's rising and rising, and everyone is shipping all across the map. Like, the water from Matryoshka consuming 0.92 and 0.63. So a lot of fuel from these 2 water and silicon. Just lots of shipments from across the map everywhere.
But he found it on water. I find it very curious. Like, if you found on water, you should probably not look to ship in water. Just remove these farms and build water pumps there. Would have been my suggestion. We see that Cordarus was in a lot of debt. He's trying to pay it off now. So he was in D +1, he's manually paid it down to C.
Another interesting move from Matryoshka is building these remote electrolysis reactors, double reactors. This might look bad at first glance, however, because these reactors are not adjacent to HQ, it is not going to go first into paying down the fuel debt. So Matryoshka is trading debt for money, and this money is going to be big money.
Yeah. I mean, it's still pretty unsustainable though, having the 3.2 fuel per second from freighters. I think what he should be doing is either turn off these water pumps or try to get teleportation here. Because
Indeed.
as an elite, he can still get it, even though Silver already claimed it. Silver did transition. Yeah, he went with 1 solar condensers. I guess triple solar condenser is really good here because of the price of oxygen, and nobody else really has possibility to make them. So this is
The only
excellent
problem
decision.
of those tiles is that it's so far. It's taking forever to transition all these tiles.
Yeah, these construction bots are not in a hurry, but they'll get there eventually, and they will make a lot of money. There we go. Landfall. Yeah, well, they will finish at night, but next morning, Silver Citadel will have a really nice income.
Yeah.
And he keeps getting patents. He's getting superconductor and nanotechnology too. I like this.
I don't like the cold fusion choice from Mighty Squirrel.
Yeah. Probably looking at something else first. I think virtual reality might be a good one, although Kordaris is the one who has the pleasure of. Maybe water engine? Well, not as for him, but for someone else, because water is currently $30 and fuel almost 300. So there is some value there. I would just like to see production and optimization of fuel from people. Wait, I think Matreska returned his remote claims, by the way.
I see interesting reactors from Kordaris, because Kordaris reactors are not supported by scientific bonus. However, it is making good amount of money anyway, so why not use the tiles, get more money out of it? And like this choice from Kordaris, and it can be some other buildings later, like electronics factories or glass kilns, whatever you're supporting with the primary resources.
Yeah, agreed. Mighty Squirrel also got into condensers. Silver Citadel's triangle making him about 1,000 a second together. Very nice investment. Just hope it doesn't crash too quickly because you don't want to transition them. But what I like from Kordaris, he's actually not selling this fuel because he notices the price keeps appreciating. So if you just stockpiles it, he'll be able to sell it for more later. As long as you keep an eye on the price, so you don't miss the sell.
Silver Citadel, first to optimization centers, has built 2 optimization centers. This is aggressive move. It is not running right now. I think Silver will want to look at carbon spots to support these optimizations.
And yeah, we see a third claim won by Kordaris. Wait, did you say carbon? You mean chemicals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to see chemicals out of Silver so we can support those.
Silver is building electronics factory adjacent to HQ. I think it should have been, maybe not. This is the difficult choices. I'd like to see it on the condenser tiles.
Yeah.
The condenser is making so good money.
And I would, I don't know. Like, I'm considering going into chems first and optimizing it, but like you do feed a lot of fuel money to other people.
And one thing Silver lacks is that Silver Citadel is not making any kind of fuel.
Yeah, that's the main issue here. Is options are limited because of that.
However, if Silver wants, they can return claims at any time they want, and make it. Oh, there's another problem. There's only 1 water tile left on the map.
Oh.
So I think Silver realizing that is researching slant drilling.
Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, I didn't realize water was this scarce. Yeah. So slant drilling and teleportation is a really potent combo for scientists. And it looks like
6 reactors from Matreska making a lot of money.
Yeah.
On the other hand,
he's mostly just preventing death. He's using 4 fuel a second on freighters. This is a big issue.
Yeah.
So what you can do is you can optimize fuel. You can try to get water engine or teleportation. I still like teleportation from him. Let's see. Silver Citadel got slant drilling. There's a lot of like random EMPs between people. I'm not sure who is targeting who at this point. And carbon scrubbing, both Mighty Squirrel and Cordaris is looking for it. And Mighty Squirrel is ahead by 20 seconds. So unless there's black market here, Mighty Squirrel will go away with carbon scrubbing. Currently not too appealing because carbon is really cheap, but maybe it will change once people go into chems.
A pledge dam auction.
Oh, so who is virtual reality at this point? Cordaris got it, but he... Oh wait, he already has one.
For Silver Citadel, this pledge dam will pay for itself if it goes for 36k, 20k for claim, and 16k for pledge dam.
Yeah, just by narrowing. So Mataraska, the reason Cordaris pledge dam wasn't too impressive is that Mataraska as an elite also has a pledge dam. And with the current prices of power, they're both not really profitable, but remember that the power cost is just debt, so they are actually making money and are good times.
Silver with superconductor, triple solar panel is doing a lot of work from Silver.
Yeah, really nice times.
Preventing him from spiraling out of debt.
At this point, we're past the point where you should be in chems, even if fuel is expensive. Just optimize the chems and produce them anyway. It will make you money. He is actually starting optimizing it, he's just not producing it yet. He might be looking to... when night falls, you scrap the solar panels because they don't work at night anyway, and build chems here, and he's preparing for that. I hope that's what we're going to see here. Let's follow that. It's nightfall now. What does he do? Oh, instead he scraps the electronics factories and goes into chem refineries. That's actually fair too, because power didn't quite die. So it's I like it.
Oxygen has died too. I think this full solar condensers is time to become electronics factories.
Definitely.
Let's look at Cordaris space.
That means he won't have to pay for carbon because it's on dry ice. He won't have to pay for the aluminum because he has slant drilling and there's aluminum here. So the only thing he will pay for the electronics is the power and the silicon. So
look at Cordaris base. These reactors were very strong when the fuel was at 300. However, because Cordaris has been consuming a lot of water and everybody was selling fuel. This is no longer a profitable building. It now should become like something like triple chem refineries instead of staying as the reactors.
The reactor, yeah, definitely, I agree with that. So the way to notice how your base is doing is just hold on the X key, take a look. If you don't know what to build, look at what the neighbors are doing. Maybe steal some ideas from them. X key, can really recommend that one. And yeah, Silver Citadels, chem refineries. Wow, really nice profits here. I think he's currently earning the most. Both the superconductor, solar panels, and the chem refineries doing a lot for him. So that's because of the optimizations, by the way. So he pays a lot for the fuel, decent amount for carbon, but because of optimizations, it's still very, very profitable.
Mighty Squirrel first to offer a market.
Oh, and Oxygen is a pretty good launch.
Yeah, Oxygen is easy to make. It's $3.
Yeah, so he places it adjacent. He has Thinking Machines, he has a goon. There are no goon poppers. Yeah, this should be a very safe and very nice off-road. I like this.
Yeah. What Mighty Squirrel should do is stop
Cordaris won the 4th auction claim. I want to find it out. So he has a silly amount of auction claims at this point. Alright, sorry. What did you say?
Mighty Squirrel should now stop auto-selling this Oxygen and start buying it until it becomes, I don't know, 50, 100?
Yeah. Definitely. Oxygen is way too cheap when it's a launch.
Yeah. And followed by Cordaris. Cordaris is also building an off-road market near the colony.
At the colony, wow. That would be 20% launch boost from the adjacent warehouses. So this will be a stronger one from than Mighty Squirrels, but it will be more targeted by black market, probably.
I think Mighty Scroll second offer should be on the Pleasure Dome that is not doing much and consuming 1 power, 1 motor per second.
Yeah, definitely.
Although Thinking Machine...
You would need... Yeah, if that's your plan, you need to raise the price of Mutinies first, because they're a bit too cheap now.
Indeed.
So Silver keeps earning a lot of money on his optimized chems. His remote life support. He's still in the solar condensers too. He owns all his stock, has 250k. I think at this point he needs to decide, do I want to buy someone? Do I want to go off-world? And he does decide, and he also wants to go off-world. I like this choice. I want to find out again though. Buy Oxygen, please. It's too cheap.
Yeah. Now at this point, when there are 3 off-roads on the board, this Oxygen price is no longer going to be crashing. It's defying the auto sale and trying to go up.
Yeah, so Cordaris is the only one who has a stockpile, and it's pretty small considering the price. So who do you favor at this point? Who do you think is in the lead?
Mighty Scroll has an off-road as surplus in power, about to make power money, and other players are not making surplus power. So this is going well for Mighty Scroll. However, optimization-wise, Mighty Scroll is also in good optimizations. Silver is also optimized a lot, however, not in the good markets, in good chemical markets, but not in the electronics. And also, what's hurting Silver right now is lack of life support market. So usually for scientific, what you want to be in is at least triple farm and triple reactors. However, Silver has double in both. This is not enough production.
Yeah, agreed. So one way you can deal with that is, I guess you don't need a silicon claim. You can return it, and you can return one of the condenser tiles. Use that slantering that you got to expand this. But yeah, Silver Citadel is going into Cordaris here. Cordaris has a lot of money. He has a off-world, and Silver Citadel kind of got his stock for free.
Interesting aluminum shortage from Silver, because Silver does have aluminum production. However, Mighty Scroll also has it and has 1,000 in them.
Yeah.
Stockpile.
So whoever sells out first here will have a big advantage. We'll see what happens with that. Mighty Squirrel almost has a shift buy. If he gets his sell, especially, he will almost have a shift buy on the target of his choice. But yeah, Silver sells out first. So Mighty Squirrel just lost like 100k, I think. And Cordaris is retaliating against Silver, but he has to pay more for each stock because Silver got there first. So at this point they have the exactly same amount of money. They have an offer each. Cordaris doesn't have any optimizations though. But it also depends on which markets you have chosen to be in.
Look at this power price.
Wow.
Mighty Scroll is the biggest beneficiary. I think Mighty Scroll should go more of get into more power instead of being, well, everything is good in Mighty Scroll territory except for steel. Yeah, the steel mill should be a triple solar panel.
Yeah, and chem refiner.
Yeah.
Definitely. I want to see the same from Silver though, even though I mean, just because he has superconductor.
And nanotechnology.
Yeah, that's good one. Instead, he scraps the chems and goes into electronics. Maybe he's worried about this imminent buy. He sees that Mighty Squirrel has 98% of him. He might think it's too late to pay down that. Well, I'm not sure what goes into that. So as Mighty Squirrel, I think you shift by Maturasker here, right?
That can be a good choice. I think I would rather wait, like Cat did in the last game. Because this is 500k's big lead.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see what happens
And
with that.
by the time Silver or Cordaris finish the buy, Mighty Scroll will have 1 million.
Yeah, I mean it's fair because Maturasker actually hasn't optimized anything and has no patents. So it's probably not a good idea. So yeah, I like your waiting plan.
And Oh, I'm very sad the
Oh.
players are missing out on the solar
Yeah,
flare.
it's a solar flare.
Yeah. And one other thing is, for Silver's perspective, for Silver's perspective, Steel might look good, but Silver has 800 steel. It is not as good as Silver thinks.
Oh yeah.
So it should have definitely have been like now it's minus 84 after the sellout.
Yeah, and it still is now $11. He should have kept 400 of that to build a second offroad. And it was a huge mistake, I think, to go into electronics instead of solar panel. He was in D when that happened. Now he's in D plus 5.
Yeah.
He's finally doing it though. Let's hope for his sake that nobody EMPs it, because it can help him pay down a lot of debt.
I think Mighty Scroll has solid lead at this point.
Yeah.
Because Mighty Scroll has more money and stock price is higher and has more stocks in Silver.
Agreed. And he has mutinied somebody's offworld. Did he mutiny his subs offworld? Yeah, I did.
Oh. It's a half a sub, so it's...
Yeah, it's fine,
okay.
because you're sharing it with your enemy. I think it's fine.
It's a safe choice.
And wow, Silver, he was just in D plus 5, he's now in D plus 1. Solar panels earning 1,500 a second each.
However, I don't think it will be enough for Silver to overcome this lead in stock price. And nice EMP.
Yeah, very
from
nice EMP.
Mighty Scroll. It was an EMP that was necessary.
Definitely. Mighty Scroll has kept committing to wind turbines on this little iron hill. It's currently selling 10 power a second. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Wait, what's happening? I have some UI thing. I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, never mind. Yeah, it's cold fusion. It's not a UI thing. I'm just silly. Yeah, so
Okay.
the price of water and price of power are really correlated here, because Mighty Scroll has cold fusion. So whenever the power price goes above the water price, he will start using water instead of power. Okay,
and looking at this, Silver has scrapped out of all the greenhouse farm and reactors to get into all the water pumps, which is making good amount of money. However, I think it is not a good choice. It can be good when the water is adjacent to your HQ. However, it is somewhat far away from the HQ. It's going to take a lot of time.
Yeah.
For build, and water is going to crash very quickly.
Exactly. Remember how slow the construction bots were. And Mighty Squirrel gets the buy on Silver Citadel, so he gets all his own stock back. And at this point, he is just way too expensive for Matarasker to deal with.
Yeah.
Very nice play from Squirrel. I liked what I saw from him.
Mighty Squirrel with steady income of power from this wind turbine. And even Mighty Squirrel did not have superconductor, but dealt well with power in this case, and has earned how much power money so far? 597k sold on power.
Wow, that's very, very good. That's very, very good.
Yeah. That is, let's compare it to the off-road revenue from Silver 325, Mighty Scroll 990. So this is comparable to the off-road market revenue.
Yeah, it is. Off-roads are really good too. Yeah, so one issue for Matarasker, by the way, I never pointed it out. He actually crushed one of the waters here. I think it was the only way he could fit. But it means he had to do some really awkward things to get water.
Yeah. I'd rather see founding a bit on the north, giving up the straight access to the water. However, Matarasker will have plenty of water in the later stage of the game.
Yeah, I agree. And Mighty Squirrel takes it. So that's a victory for the Cosmic Circus. And congratulations to Mighty Squirrel.
Yeah. Congratulations.
So, yeah, I don't know. Do you have any feedback for the players here?
I think everyone had their chances. Like
Yeah.
Silver was late to the upgrade. However, Silver was the first optimization, was in good optimizations, and was in half of the good markets. And with superconductor solar panel, there were some missed opportunities, but generally handled the power okay.
Yeah, there was just the one thing when it was 300.
Yeah,
but it was
the
good otherwise.
last minute was a missed opportunity, but it was good when he did it.
Yeah.
And I liked Cordaros's play in the Glaskion and the HQ reactors when the fuel was very expensive. However, they should have transitioned it into a good market when the fuel was crashing and water was rising.
Yeah.
And the Elite should have seen more optimizations, more patterns.
Yeah, I still want to press
That is the
the
strength
importance
of
of
Elite.
teleportation.
Yeah.
You can't use 5 fuel a second. It's just so unsustainable and gives you a lot of depth and feeds fuel money into your opponent. This could all be solved with the teleportation patent.
Yeah. And Mighty Scroll did played very well.
Yeah. So yeah, Mighty Scroll takes it. Oh, yeah, I like the off-road decision.
There is a lot of harmony.
Yeah, exactly. So congratulations to Mighty Scroll. And yeah, that's it for today. So the absolutely final day of the tournament will be played tomorrow. There will be 4 games, and after that we will know who takes the victory. So make sure to tune in tomorrow. For now, thanks everyone for watching, and see you later.
Alligator.